What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin. We are at West Covina Tesla. We are bringing in the Cybertruck for its first service appointment, but more of like a post-delivery appointment. Just going through a list of things that we've noticed after delivery or during delivery. This is something that we normally do with all of our Teslas because there's usually some kind of issue. Maybe it's cosmetic, maybe it's mechanical, maybe it's a malfunction, who knows. The closest to perfection is the first Tesla I've ever owned, the Model 3 Long Range 2020. That one hardly had any issues. Next up would be like Abby's Model Y 7-seater. There was a computer issue on that, but other than that, it's been fantastic, as well as my current Model Y Performance. Hardly any issues. Can't say the same about the Model X, as you know. And hopefully this Cybertruck, just minor issues. So we are bringing it for a few things. There are some scratches that hopefully they won't charge me anything for because it is a demo vehicle. And maybe an alignment. Maybe they can check to see if there's any alignment issues because there are some uneven tire wear, and there's like misalignments on the front. I think I mentioned it in previous videos. So that's what they are checking up on. It is still early here, so it may take more than a day, but I got some things to do this weekend that I need the truck for. So I was hoping they can just check it out and do as much as they can for the day. But they are trying to figure out whether or not they can give me a loaner, because for one-day repairs, I pretty much have to get my own method of transportation. No loaners. So this is West Covina. I normally go to Upland, but the sales associate insisted that I bring it here, which is fine. I'd like to check out other locations. But so we'll see. We'll see how much to get done. I think the biggest thing that I want, get the service done during the rectification period. And I believe that is like within the first so many miles and the first week. So I've set up the appointment and submitted a list of things. But yeah, so if things don't get finished today, then I could just try for another day when I have more time. Being that it's a new vehicle that we have, I just don't like leaving it at service. You've seen my previous videos where I don't have a lot of confidence, but there's no choice. This is what we have to live with, or at least I have to live with. I've been having some misfortunes with my experiences with the Tesla Service Center, but you know, it is what it is, right? Why keep buying Teslas? I could go on with reasons why I keep buying Teslas, but yeah. So the service center is actually below the sales area. You would have to go through this one street right before the Tesla sales area. It's in between Tesla and the Honda dealership, Norman Reeves, and that's where the Honda dealership is. But you drive down the street and you go in here, and there's a big old service sign right here, and you go down there. Now, right above it is where we took delivery of the Cybertruck, right up there. And this is the service center. They have a fairly nice like waiting area. They actually have just a nice coffee maker or whatever that machine is. But let's go check out this place right here. So these steps lead you to the rear of the sales building, and this is where we took delivery of the Cybertruck. All right, so Erica, shout out to Erica. She made it happen. She was able to give me a loaner. We are in a Model 3. This is not the Highland. I just want to do this part. Y'all, I freaking miss the Model 3. Oh my god, this is a Model 3 Performance. I'll get you all the specs and stats. I'm on my way to go supercharge. They gave it to me at about 56% state of charge, but I might as well supercharge it. There's a fast supercharger on the way back. But y'all, I miss the Model 3 even more now. And you know what? It don't even gotta be the Highland. Although the Highland does have really nice brand new features, new improvements. But this Model 3, man, I feel like I'm at home. I feel like I'm back 2020 Model 3 all over again. But yeah, I mean, cabin noise a little loud. But man, this oh sheesh. All right, I just gotta record this part just to let y'all know that, man, I missed the Model 3. We'll see. Yeah, right. No, don't tell Abby. All right, so we are here at the Upland supercharger. We're just gonna charge it up as high as we can. I don't know what's gonna happen today. We have errands to do, so I just wanted to get it up there. But this is a July 2022 Model 3 Performance. It is not Highland. Oh man, the little toe cover is gone. But I just been having fun with it. I truly missed the Model 3. This, I think, has the dual pane windows, but let's check. Yeah, it does have the dual pane front windows. I think the rear ones do also have it, but the cabin noise is pretty loud. I guess I just got accustomed to like the Model 3 Highland as well as the Model X and Cybertruck. But yeah, man, I missed this. Look, if you guys are looking at a Model 3, man, don't sleep. Do not sleep on the previous gen. You could probably find these at a very good price. Even if it's a high mileage one, just worry about the battery warranty. Everything else, I mean, you know. But these usually carry about 100 to 120,000 mile battery warranty. This is like a really fun car. It just reminded me of having my 2020 all over again. The suspension is very tight on this, very stiff, so you're gonna feel everything. My Model Y Performance is slightly more comfortable, I think, but that one is in August 2022. They're both performances. The suspension should be fairly similar, but I don't know. The Model Y just seems a little bit better in the suspension, although this is lower to the ground. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, I am gonna also share with you that the interior is actually clean. This is probably the first loaner given to me by Tesla where the interior is actually clean. The exterior is not, but I don't really care about that. But check that out, y'all. Even the carpet. Oh my goodness. Man. Good job, Tesla Wescovina. Now, one thing though, this software is fairly old. It does have an update notification. It's downloading because many supercharger locations do have Wi-Fi available that connects to your vehicle. Currently it's at V11 2023.26.7 software with FSD 11.3.6. This is hardware 3, I believe. It should be hardware 3. So even hardware 3 vehicles are getting the 12.6 FSD, and this software is 2023. It should at least be in 2024. So, whoo boy, this thing hasn't been updated. All right, it's the following day, and we got the Cybertruck back last night. I'm gonna go over the invoice of what they did. The first thing that they put on the invoice is just the usual check tire pressure and condition. Number 2 is the suspension alignment, and they did find some irregularities with the toe, and so I'll put up the paperwork that they've sent to me as far as the results and corrections. So they did find something. Number 3, the frunk is misaligned. So let's take a close look at what that frunk result looks like. So as you can see, it is adjusted. There is no more like misalignment, I guess. Now, this is on both sides. The thing I did notice is this part right here seems to be, I don't recall it being this misaligned, but you know what? I really don't care. It's fine. The misalignment itself, it was kind of low on my list anyway. It's just Abby didn't want it, so she wanted it corrected. But yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. But yeah, so I'm not gonna mention any of the other things to her anymore because I don't want this truck to go in for misalignments. It's fine. I'm not that concerned. If it's mechanical, if it affects like drivability or safety, then that's a different story. Maybe some cosmetics, which I'll go over in a little bit. All right, so number 4 is the rear door is scratched. They did fix it, and actually it doesn't look too bad. It's smooth. The scratches are gone, so they like sanded it and buffed it out probably. The concern of mine was like the different like look or whatever, and then if it gotten too bad that they will replace the entire panel, and I didn't want to do all that. Since we are planning to wrap it anyway, the concern would have been if the scratch was bad enough, it may like show through the wrap. But if we're doing PPF, for the most part, the scratches should not pop out. But good job. The results is good. And number 5 is the missing key cards. We did get key cards. They weren't paired and they were like the wrong ones. I could have easily just paired them myself, but I wanted the Cybertruck one, so they gave us brand new ones. I didn't have to surrender the old cards. They just gave me new ones. Now they did remove 2 items on the list because I wanted the truck back the same day at the end of the day, so I ended up picking it up last night. The 2 items that they removed was the diagnostics for that error I was getting with the ride height or the suspension, because the diagnostic would have taken at least a day, so they would have kept it overnight. It's something I'm not too concerned about since it went away and it hasn't come back, but I am setting up another appointment just for them to do diagnostics, and hopefully they just have it in the log or in a service entry so that if this were to turn into something more major, they have a history of it. The other line item that was removed is the B-pillar scratch on the camera housing. That doesn't affect drivability or safety, but it is something that kind of bothers me a little bit. So I had them add it again to the upcoming appointment. They removed it because either the part wasn't there or it just would have taken an entire day or more than a day, and I wouldn't be able to get the truck. So the entire cost is $0. Everything is paid type is rectification. So even though the truck is brand new, but it had 2,000 miles as a demo vehicle, at least from my experience, they didn't charge me anything. They did, however, had a $129 estimate for the alignment, but they ended up just giving it to me for free. So the question is, it's a demo vehicle. I got a discount because of the demo vehicle, so conditions as is, but they ended up just fixing everything that I had on the list and for free. All right, it is 1 week later. This is part 2 of the service appointment. This time we'll be going to Upland. West Covina, I didn't let West Covina do everything because I needed a truck the following day. So the remaining things on the list, I'm going to have Upland check out. But there is another thing I wanted to share with you all. And I wanted to know if you Cybertruck owners have this thing as well. I'm not going to call it an issue yet until it is verified by Tesla. But let me show you a comparison. All right, so this is the seat of my Model Y. It has over 44,000 miles, and hopefully there's enough light in here that you could check and see, but the seats are pretty flat. Now, this is the driver's seat of the Cybertruck. It has a little over 3,000 miles. We've had it and driven it for about 1,300 miles. But it started to do this. I don't know if you could see that. So I will show you the passenger seat. So passenger seat doesn't have that. Is it like wrinkle, or I don't know if the padding is wearing. I'm not sure. Now, it isn't a fair comparison between this and the Model Y because the Model Y has different seats, but just wanted to show you, I guess, like 44,000 versus 3,000 miles. I don't know. I don't think these are the same seats as the Model X. Model X, we didn't have that issue, and the Model X Plaid had 15,000 miles before we surrendered it. So I will mention that in the service visit, but today we are going to take a look at, or have them take a look at, the B-pillar camera housing. Hopefully they'll replace it, and that error message. Hopefully we can know more about it, and because it's been a little over 2 weeks, hopefully they could still check out the logs and just tell me it was a glitch. I don't know. We'll see what's up. So I'm not really sure. Maybe I just need to lose weight. I don't know. But we are going to head there earlier than scheduled, about 2-3 hours earlier, just so that they can have more time with it. I'm not sure if they're going to even start on it until my scheduled appointment. But I just wanted to get it out the way so they have more time if they can take a look at it at an earlier time. So we'll see what happens. I'm also curious if they have more vehicles in stock now, because the last time we went during the surrendering of our Model X, the lot was fairly empty, at least on the sales side, because there's 2 lots there. So let's go see. Driving by it, I've noticed a few trucks pull in with more inventory. So we'll see what happens if there are more cars there. We are here in Upland, and at first glance I was like, oh my god, it's our old Model X. But it doesn't have cream interior. I was about to go in there and check it out. But yeah, we are gonna try to check in early today. Bro, check out this Cybertruck. I love it. Look how muddy and dirty that is. That's how trucks are supposed to look, y'all. Man, good job, whoever's truck that is. Heck yeah. That is awesome. Look at that. Yes. All right, they gave me a Model Y loaner, but just wanted to show you this part of the lot. It looks like they have replenished some inventory already. Also on the other side of the lot, they have a few cars there as well. But yeah, we'll take a look at this Model Y once we get to our destination. All right, so one thing I want to show you real quick is if you look to that window, it's tinted, right? If you look on this window, it's not tinted. So the cool thing with Tesla, and I've mentioned this in other videos, is the profile, where if they give you a loaner, your profile gets downloaded and into the car that they are lending you. It's pretty cool. But this time, so I have a Model Y, and they gave me a Model Y, but the seat like positioning doesn't seem to match up. So not sure on that. I'm not gonna adjust it on this loaner because I don't want it to be adjusted on my Model Y Performance. But let's take a look at this Model Y that they gave. It's hardware 3, but we're gonna look at the door sticker to get more information. All right, so this looks like it is built January 2023, so it is a 2023 hardware 3 Model Y long range. Now, I'm gonna tell you this, it has improved. Upland, thank you very much. Interior looks clean. Yeah, it's just the weird thing is the tint thing. I'm not used to it being this dark, but at least the interior is clean. So thank you very much for that. Now the suspension on this thing is pretty rough. I think even more rougher than my Model Y Performance. I'm not sure. Now, my Model Y, I got August 2022, so this is January 2023, so it is a few months newer than my Model Y Performance. And it's also leaning to the left, so it may need some alignment really soon. Oh, and this looks like it's a 7-seater. I want to show something. I'm glad this is a 7-seater because I want to show something that I've been mentioning in videos, but just never had a chance to record it when we had a Model Y 7-seater. But this is a 7-seater. Check this out. All right, for those who really are looking into the Model Y 7-seater, I mean, look at that space right there. It isn't really that big. And this is the one I've been mentioning many times, but now I could actually show it to you. All right, so I'm in the third row of the Model Y, and this is what I've been trying to explain. Let me try to show this. So I'm on the passenger side, and I wear 9.5 size shoes, and actually it's probably, they've improved it. We had a 2021 Model Y 7-seater. I couldn't do this before. See those rails? So again, this is the passenger side. Those rails were much narrower before, where I had to place my foot on top of each other like this just so I could fit back here, and it's very just not comfortable. So what I end up having to do, at least when I was how do I get out of here? Not get out of here, but move this up. So what I had to do is I had to do this, where I would have to take up space on this side of the I guess behind the driver's side second row, just so that my feet, my shoes, can fit between the rails. Now by doing that, now my left leg is pretty much starting to take over the other side, the other seat, and my left leg, my hamstring, is now over the cup holders. So it's really meant for kids, not for adults. And even then, you know, depending on how big your kids are, they're gonna really have a hard time back here. Also, this is all glass. I wish I could, hold on. Let me try to close the trunk, the tailgate. Hopefully I don't hit my head. All right. Dang, that thing slammed pretty hard. All right, I'm 5'5", and if I were to sit up, okay, so if I put my hand on top of my head, my hand is just about to touch the glass. So there isn't a lot of room back here. And when the 7-seater first came out, there was just a lot of videos of like, I'm 6'6" and I could fit fine. Nah, bro, you can't fit. The other thing too is there are no vents here. So at that time, my youngest son was, I think, 8 years old. He loved sitting back here because he could be by himself, but after 30 minutes, he gives up and sits in the second row. I mean, we have the space, but he gives up. So yeah, I honestly, not a good solution for 7-seater. I mean, it's great that Tesla has the option to get 7-seater Model Y, but I really hope you have maybe a 2-year-old, maybe up to 5 years old tops. Anything older than that, and again, it's also based on the kid's size. This is not for adults. I don't think it's even good for teenagers or preteen. Yeah, no. I just had to. I'm glad they gave me a 7-seater just to show you a little bit about what I experienced with our previous Model Y. But it did look like they widened the rails a little bit, I think. Yeah, see, like right here, this is 9.5 shoes right here, and this is the rails. So no one really talks about where they put their feet. I'm 7'8" and I could fit back. No, you can't. You cannot. Come on. So yeah. So if you do have a 7-seater and you're sitting back here, you're probably best to sit on the driver's side because the rails are I guess wider, because it's a 60-40 split on the second row. So you want to sit on the 60 side, not the 40 side. But I mean, as far as being comfortable, I mean, as long as you don't have to sit here all day, yeah, you should be fine. But yeah, no vents, headroom isn't. You know, what I do like about it is I feel tall. I feel tall back here because my head is almost touching the glass. So, and that's the other thing too. It's glass here, so you definitely want to tint it because during the summer, California summer, you're gonna hate it back here. And when it's bumpy, yeah, you could hit your head. I don't know, but just wanted to show you what the 7-seater looks like. And I've been commenting about the 7-seater off and on about the Model Y, and how I just think it's not a viable solution unless you really have small children. Yeah, no, just my opinion on it. All right, it's been 3 days and I am my voice is gone. I was singing at the inauguration. I was at the previous video with the Rivian update. I was already feeling something with my throat, so it progressed. And yeah, but anyway, we're going to pick up the Cybertruck. It's been 3 days. They actually did find some issue with the, what is it, the rear steering actuator. I couldn't get a information regarding whether or not the error message I had shared is related to it, but that's what they found. So we're gonna go inspect the vehicle. Abby's driving the Model Y loaner, and we're gonna go pick it up. So hopefully we don't find anything out of the ordinary. That's why I wanted to go, so that I can inspect it. And pardon my voice. All right, there's always got to be some kind of drama picking up this car. It's like we dropped off the loaner. We went to check in, and they're just like, yeah, is this parked somewhere? Go look for it. I'm like, what? Like, you all can't tell me where it's at. So I'm like walking around here, like trying to find which one it is. I've been honking the horn and flashing the light, but my name's on the side, so I don't know where it is. Let me get back on the app and try to find it. Flick the lights on or honk it. All right, I found it. See, I'm honking it. Flashing the light. Man, I don't know. There's always got to be something not right. Oh man, let's go check out this car. Please let it be normal. So they changed the B pillar here. No more scratches. And the rear actuator has been replaced, and they aligned it. So we're gonna go over the invoice and check everything out later in this video. But we're just gonna walk around and take a look, and hopefully there's no other issues, because yes, it has happened before numerous times that we pick up the car and there is additional issues with the car. But I guess everything seems okay for now. All right, let's go in. It's cold and windy. All right, I may have sounded like a diva in the previous clip. We're like, oh, they don't know where my car is. Like, well, when I arrived at Upland, where I saw what I thought our old Model X was, that area right there is reserved for the service appointment parking spots, and it's right across the service department. And usually that's where I would find my truck. I was expecting it just to be there rather than me having to look for it. And even so, they didn't even tell me where it was, but whatever. Shout out to West Covina, shout out to Upland. They took care of me, and the truck is back in a better condition than how I left it with them, unlike a few times with the Model X service appointment. Sounds kind of weird, but yes, it has happened in the past that I got the car in worse shape. And yeah, but I'm happy. So thank you very much, West Covina. Thank you very much, Upland. Let's go over the invoice. So verified scratches on the driver's side B pillar. They pretty much replaced the entire housing. It's brand new, so that's taken care of. The second job is just the usual tire pressure and all that. Number 3 and number 4. So number 3, the adaptive ride controls were unavailable. That was that alert, that notification. They checked, they verified that the alert has been present. It wasn't present as they were doing the diagnostics, but it was present. And they found that the rear steering actuator faulted, causing rear steering to be disabled. Now, it was probably during that time of the notification, because again, when it went away, the rear steering worked. So they replaced the rear steering actuator, and then number 4, they aligned it and they did a test drive and everything works great. What I've learned on this visit is as soon as you enter the service center area, you are now within their geofence. So if you're not familiar with geofence is like geographic fence. When you go inside this, when you're within their fence, you are now inside the Tesla network. And if your car needs to be diagnosed, it doesn't matter where that vehicle is, as long as it's within the fence, they could run diagnostics to your vehicle. And so it could be parked anywhere. They don't have to put it on a lift to do any inspections. The diagnostics is their inspection. It's more affordable for Tesla to do this, have computers do diagnostics, than have technicians put it on a lift and do their actual checking and all that. This is usually their first step, because labor for Tesla is expensive. It's over $230 an hour or something like that. There's like a sign somewhere there. It's like $230 an hour, where they can just have a computer do diagnostics. If they find something, then that's when they can bring it in the lift and all that. So that's what the diagnostic found. It was like inserviceable or something like that. That's what the advisor told me. The invoice said that there is a fault. So maybe it triggered a fault during that notification period. But rather than them repairing it, rather than them, having someone go in there and do some testing, it's cheaper for Tesla to just replace the part. Why is it cheaper? Well, because Tesla is an American company. Most of its parts are made in America. And so it is cheaper for them to just replace the part than pay their technicians to do all this troubleshooting and all that. It's like, nope, just replace it. That's how I understand it. The parts are cheaper. So advantage for American cars, American companies, parts are cheaper. So on top of that, they did a 4-wheel alignment and everything came out good. So number 5, customer states that the seat cushion possibly wearing out. Please check and advise. They inspected it and pretty much they saw the slight wear, but they said it is within spec. It is as expected because of the driving and all that. So I'm fine with that. It's fine. I do use it a lot and will be driving a lot. And I just wanted to make sure that is how the seat is supposed to be, instead of like being a factory defect. So that's fine. They inspected it. All right. So number 6, I had asked them to check the inverter, because inverters and motors are very common to fail in Cybertrucks. At least the first 3,000 VIN. Very common in foundation series. I know probably 98% of the people who have foundation series that I know have had issues. There's only one person I know with a foundation series, a Cyber Beast VIN number 300, has had no issues. I'm impressed. But everyone else, motor failure or inverter failure. And so, being that we're going on our first road trip, I wanted to have them just take a peek. And so they said that they verified the vehicle has no alert present for the front drive unit at this time, and they verified the inverter. I don't think they checked the rear one, but I'm hoping that they did as they were doing the rear actuator. I'm not gonna jinx myself and say I'm confident that there's not gonna be any issues, because that's what I said with the Plaid. So the other thing I wanted to share with you all is the cool thing with Tesla, you could actually find the manual for your vehicle on their website. And so the Cybertruck is no exception. I'll put the link in the video description below, and also the link to the rear steering actuator. It's pretty interesting. I have no clue what they're talking about there, but they do explain how to remove it yourself if you wanted to do repair on your own. The problem is, how are you going to get the part? Because you need to own a VIN number to be able to order that stuff, and you need to have the service center like do the work for you, unless they've changed that. But that's what I've heard from other people. But it's pretty cool that you could look at the manual. Doesn't matter which Tesla you have, the manuals are online. I think I mentioned this in a previous video before, but if you have a Cybertruck, check the video description. I'll put the links there. Very cool if you have time to take a look. You could even find features that you didn't even know is in your vehicle. Like, I didn't know about the noise cancellation feature in the Model X until I was flipping through the Model X manual. I didn't know. Did y'all know that? I mean, I mentioned it in the previous videos, but prior to that, I didn't know. I was like, oh, that's how they can keep that cabin really quiet. Very cool stuff. So if you do got time, go flip through that the manual. It's like a PDF. Unlike in the past, I remember buying the manual for my Acura TL. Man, I think I paid like $100 off of eBay, and it was a thick book. It was a book. Like, man, here it's online. Take advantage of that if you have time. Just flip through it. It's very interesting. I hope this is the last time we will go to service for this vehicle. Oh man, crossing my fingers. But yeah, if you like the video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I know I went over a lot of stuff with the loaners and all that. Let me know about that as well. And if you haven't checked out the San Diego trip I did December 2024, the last light show I went to of 2024 year, please go check it out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.